What do you say, baseball fans? Rye Bread Talking Baseball, episode 51. We've got the Rays starting a big series with the Phillies this weekend, bringing up some old memories from our first World Series. You know we're going to get there. I'm going to spend a lot of time on that today. The umps, man, I'm not leaving it alone this time. I can't leave it alone this time. You can't put a guy on after 3 balls. Padres and extras, they do us dirty. I try to love you, Tatis, and then you do me like that. What a game. I didn't stay up for it. I went to bed in extras. It was just too late. Bet for today, and then a couple superlatives. I want to start out with the Rays at the Phils. So that was the first World Series game that I went to for the Rays. It was fantastic. It's such a fond memory of mine. Curb, where you at, buddy? What a day. But the institutional memory, the history, the Rays are a young organization, and it's important for them to embrace climbing the mountain. Use it. Because it was a heartbreaker. I remember how into it I was. That's the hat, frankly. That's the plaid. Man, that was a fun team. And it's the Phillies. Let's beat the Phillies and then go win a World Series. It's perfect. My age group does not like Philadelphia fan because the Eagles at that time too and the Bucks were always back and forth. It was dirty. And then you can't forget the Lightning in the Eastern Conference Finals when they first won their cup. There's a lot of history there with the Phillies, and I think it's just poetic. And let's get it done. We got the Zacks this weekend. We got to take care of both. I don't know about having Yarbs, though. Whew. Last time I saw Wheeler, his ERA doesn't reflect how good he is. He's even better than his ERA. He's good, but Yarbs does so much better with an opener, and they know something I don't because it just seems to make sense. But the Rays are as hot as anybody. This is going to be must-see TV even with Yarbs because Wheeler's a guy you should get your eyes on anyway if you haven't checked out Wheeler. Angels and A's, Cobb at Montas. Whoa! Look out. Tension's going to be high. Shohei let one get away against, was it Kana? And then the benches are getting all salty and Shohei's just like, come on, I'm sorry. Man, that guy is super cool. You can't make me a bigger Shohei fan, and then last night I became a bigger Shohei fan. So there you go, live and learn. Love that guy. Shohei is just a myth at how good the guy is. And the A's waited for me again, and we pushed our first 5. Lovely! But the over today, it's Luis Castillo and his 7.61 ERA. We've been all over that. And then Davies with his 4.96. We did go against Davies, and he hurt us once. But Castillo hasn't shown anything yet. I kind of like the Reds in this game, and I think Castillo's going to pitch better today. But 7's not a lot with these guys. And the bullpens could give it up. Both of these bullpens could give up 7. So, in 2 innings, give them an inning or 2. I've watched more Reds baseball than I ever have, and I can tell you one thing about the bullpen. It is likely to implode at any moment. And then you need John Means for the Orioles. Somebody's got to play stopper, Johnny. Get out there and stop the bleeding. The Orioles are just leaking water. It's bad news. They are sinking fast. 10 in a row now for Baltimore. But this is what happens. These corrections happen. You look at the standings now. The only real big surprise for me in the standings is how poorly the Angels have played. And frankly, how well the Yankees have rebounded. I thought they were in trouble, and they're pretty hot. So, going back to the institutional memory and the history, the Rays are a young organization, and it's just hopefully the young guys kind of pass that on. Like, this is a big game for old guys like me. It's a big game for the old dudes. I think I'm going to send out a couple of tweets like a jerk off, but it's true. Let's get the word out. These Phillies games are important. Those old dudes. But I have to mention that I saw Meals gave an explanation like, yeah, shouldn't have been awarded first base, or Shelley gets a walk after a bunch of foul balls against the Tigers. And it's poor that the Tigers didn't notice this. Nobody's keeping track of that. That's in high school. I kept track of that. There's got to be some nerd. I thought it was the pitcher for the next day that was supposed to do it, to kind of get in the flow against the hitters that he's going to be facing. But apparently not. Apparently that was not happening. But for the umps to miss it, all of them, wow. It's more likely to happen, I guess, than you would think. I'm not going to bury anybody for making that, but got to have a higher standard there, man. That's just, it's so frustrating. I'm interested to see if there's any accountability for this one, even though there's no real intent here. Like, this kind of thing would just kind of happen. The other mistakes that the umpires have made this season have been far more egregious than that, even though this is really bad. Goodness, man. Just, it doesn't seem like they can get out of their own way. And now they've got this whole sticky substance thing going on. John Means is a good place to start. Man, I'm just telling you. That just looks the way that it does to me. I don't want to run too hard onto John Means, though, because I think it's just so prevalent across the league that we can't dismiss it. And I saw Will Middlebrooks talking about guys don't want to get beamed in the head either. When the weather gets cold, man, I'm sure those guys would be a little more comfortable knowing that there's a little extra bullfrog or whatever the heck they use, but not straight up pine tar gobs that are given this ridiculous spin rates where the outfielders can't even make a throw home because there's so much run on the ball. Get crazy spin on their outfield throws. Anyway, we're going to be watching these matinees today. It's a full day, full slate of baseball today. And, of course, don't forget, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that play last night where Pujols gets robbed. Oh, my gosh, what a dirty play. But the Giants aren't going away. That just shows you the Giants aren't going to go anywhere. And I don't want to get any more hate mail from Berta. I fear the scathing texts and Facebook messages. But don't forget I'm out there at Route 66. You guys out there in the future, don't forget about Sunday Fun Day this weekend. I'd be there in spirit. That's going to do it for today. Don't forget Bravo Beach Resort out there in Siargao Island, Philippines. It's worth your time. Just take a look. And if you got me at Twitter, at Rybread0844, I'll be all over those games today. Get at me. We'll see you again tomorrow because we're going to do 162.